I'm going to open it up for questions. Yeah.
So we have several partnerships with nonprofits that are not technically a charity giving to the needy. And it was asked of me if we can change the wording where it says charities, and it somewhere on that donation page it says something about donate to a charity. If that can be changed to say nonprofit. It's a teeny little subject, but I said I would ask.
Okay. Do we have a RunSignup person that can make a note on that? Alyssa, make a note on that. So she's asking for on RunSignup on a donation page. It says the word charity, and they want to change the word charity to nonprofit. So what we have to do is look at our UX, our forward-facing UX, and see if there's places that say charity and put a flexible word in there. Other questions? Yeah.
I sat in on a couple of the marketing sessions, and I'm just wondering, what's your vision for like millennials who do not do Facebook? What's next? If they're not going to Facebook, all the great things to do on Facebook in 10 years, we don't have to market it.
Yeah, so the question is, what happens if Facebook isn't around for doing marketing? If you actually look at the stats in our trends report, the actual number of registrations that come directly from Facebook are actually not all that high. I really think that you don't necessarily want to base everything on Facebook. You want to take advantage of Facebook now while it's still good, but I'm with you. I don't think Facebook's as big a deal in a few years. And so that's why, you listen to these guys up here in the marketing session, and they're talking about making sure you have a brand. And if you looked at viral social marketing, Eric and Natalie talked a lot about actually things that happen within your race, having teams, having referral rewards. People will still share information. It may not be through Facebook. They will continue to share information, whether it's text or Slack or Twitter or Instagram or the next thing, and so forth. So, yeah. Other questions? Other questions? Yeah.
So we do bundles for racing games, February, March, October. Love bundles, awesome. But we always have next year's bundle series registration every summer. And we still got October's race open. And so how do we all do this, create another race with that October race? Is another workaround for that? Or?
I would think that there would be a way to do that bundle. I think what you're going to need to do is you create a bundle with that October race in and your future races, and you just add that in on your bundle race, and then it ends. That bundle offering ends at some point in time. So I think we've done things that are like that. I think it's capable of doing that.
I've done something similar. You can talk to me.
Okay, Natalie. See the wonderful, all-knowing Natalie. Other questions? Other questions?
What are you going to do in Florida for the symposium? It's going to be different than this.
Well, in Florida, it'll be warmer. No, it won't be warmer.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. To be honest, it's going to be somewhat similar.
Okay.
Because there's just a need for information on how people do things, and specifically on how people do things in RunSignup and the types of features. If you sat through Brian Jenkins' Quick Hits, there's no way that every race in here is implementing every one of those other little ideas. So I don't think that there's really a problem in repeating that stuff. I don't know that you're going to need to go to both of them unless you're a real RunSignup groupie. It's more like, to me, we've kind of reached capacity. We could go to the next level and go to 400, 500, people here. But what I'm hoping is that we kind of split it so that each event winds up being about 200 or 300, and it doesn't get too overwhelming for everybody and allows for more interaction and stuff. The couple of things that we are going to try to do in the winter symposium, one is if we're going to try to bring in a couple of outside speakers, and the number one there is Facebook. So Kendra at Facebook wanted to come here, but it was like too short notice for her to be able to work it into her schedule. But I think it'd be really, really interesting to have Facebook come and talk. It might be really interesting to see if we could get, MailChimp. If anybody has some good contacts at MailChimp, let us know, and we'd love to have, somebody like them come and talk, because they do a lot of really clever and interesting things. So give us ideas on that. And then the other thing that's going to happen is that, the GiveSignup platform is probably going to have, its own track and things like that. And so, there'll probably be, like today, we surprised you all with GiveSignup. This is mostly timers and races and things like that. But I would see that as an opportunity for if you're a race and you work with nonprofit partners, to bring them along to that, because I think it would behoove the timers and race directors and so forth in here to help their customers more by interacting on the nonprofit side. Other questions? Yeah. Yeah, we probably will be mixing it up. We chose Orlando because I hate Las Vegas. There's another winter carnival happening in Las Vegas this winter, and I hate going there. And I think that if you look at our demographic of customers, there's a number of you who have kids. Zach might not be ready for Space Mountain yet, but his wife might like Orlando and stuff, and then we've got some older folks, and they might have grandchildren and stuff like that. It's just a very family-friendly type of environment. Last year we had 4 different timer certification sessions. Philadelphia, San Francisco, Dallas, and Orlando. Orlando was number 1 by far. We had over 100 people in Orlando out of a total of 270. So at the other ones, we were like 50, 60, 70 people at each one of those. So Orlando seemed to be a popular spot. And there's actually a RunSignup office there. There's 5 people that work at RunSignup in Orlando. And so, and Shelly really was quite, she needed something to do. So, so she's been scouting places and stuff like that. And so it'll just be convenient for us logistically, and I think it's a decent place. I want to get out west, and I'm not sure when and how we'll do that. We will. I love California. Believe me, I've spent a lot of time in San Francisco. Other questions? All right, it's Timer Day tomorrow. A number of you may be leaving. We really appreciate you coming and spending all this time with us, interacting with us, us being able to learn from you. We really appreciate your business. All of our employees are just so appreciative of everything you all do for us. And we're trying our darndest to keep getting better and better and stuff like that. Like I ended my morning session with, we're all in this together, and if you have suggestions on how we collectively can get better, like adding a word change for charity, we're all ears. So thanks very much. Really great conference.